Hey YouTube, this is Mr. King Lim, and today I'm bringing to you a top 10 list, this time featuring, in my opinion, the top 10 archetypes of 2014. Now there's been, of course, this is the first year which we've had 4 ban lists in one year, so it certainly has shaked things up a bit. More deck profiles have probably been able to shine, I think, maybe in this year. But some have stood above the others, so here it is, my top 10 archetypes for 2014. Number 10. Mermills. Now, yes, I will admit, Mermills aren't as good as they were last year when they had quite a lot of good support and a few cards weren't on the ban list. But despite that, I think Mermills was still one of the best deck profiles this year. I mean, with Abyss Abyss Lin, Abyss Megalo, Abyss Sphere. They've still got some of the best spam cards in the game as Mermills. 2014 hasn't been as good for them, but I still think at the start of the year, especially, Mermills have been a little bit successful this year. Number 9. Burning Abyss. Now this is one of the newest deck profiles to come out this year. It started in Duelist Alliance, and it had continued support in new challenges. And recently it was announced that more Burning Abyss support will be in the next set. The name of it, I think it's Secrets of Eternity, I think. But yeah, Burning Abyss is maybe one of the newest deck profiles, but I think in its short time it's actually been one of the most successful, thanks to quite a few good support cards, including Rockstar the Burning Abyss, and I can't remember the trap card's name, but yeah, I think the Burning Abyss has been quite successful this year. Number 8. Prophecies. Yes, Prophecies is on the list again. Last year, on my top archetypes of 2013, Prophecies came second, only beaten by, of course, Dragon Rulers. But Prophecy still had a strong year, in my opinion. They've still got Spellbook of Secrets. They've got a reprint of High Priestess of Prophecy at the start of the year, so made it a bit more budget friendly, a little bit. They've still got Spellbook of Towers. They've still got all their other cards apart from Spellbook of Judgment. So Prophecies has still been hasn't really been too badly hit, and they've still done quite well this year. Number 7. Noble Knights. Now, of course, this was making the list because I think I said last year that Noble Knights would be a very strong archetype this year because of the support they had. And I was correct. This year they had even more support in the form of Noble Knight Brothers, Noble Arms more Noble Arms cards. Hell, they even had their own set. Noble Knights of the Round Table just debuted last year. Sorry, not last year, last month. Talking nonsense. But yeah, now that all the Noble Knight cards have been reprinted, the deck is more of a budget-friendly deck. And the deck is actually quite good anyway, because of all the Exceeds, Synchros, and of course the cards you can see, Madrot. Number 6. BOJs. Now, last year, BOJs basically only had 1 or 2 cards that they could only use for support, the main one being Yamado. But this year they've had a hell of a new support. They've had Arasudo, I think that's how you pronounce it. And they've had quite a few other cards that can help them out this year. So BOJs have become definitely a lot stronger. And as a result, they have been quite a force this year, I think. And of course, with some of the BOJs cards, including Yamado, getting a reprint in the Megatins, BOJs were more easily accessible to other players to use them. Number 5. Lightswarm. Yep, this is pretty much one deck profile some people watching this video would have expected to see. Lightswarms, of course, got some new support in the form of the structure deck and the form of Lightswarm Archer and Duelist Alliance. Lightswarms have become even stronger, and they were pretty strong to begin with, especially with cards such as Wolf, Judgment Dragon, and Lumina. That's the one. So yeah, Lightswarms became a lot stronger with this year, and as a result, they've made it onto the top 10 of this list. Number 4. Artifacts. Now, if anyone was playing Dev Pro at the start of the year, this was certainly one of the most played deck profiles, especially this and a Chronomaly build. Artifacts were very strong and very powerful on their own or with other archetypes, like I said with Chronomaly. So yeah, Artifacts was definitely a strong force this year, especially with Durendal. I think that's how you pronounce it. I actually have one of these, but I haven't really got the chance to use it, so I might think about selling it. But anyway, yeah, this was a pretty strong card this year, and Artifacts achieved quite a lot of the hype, I think. Number 3. Sylvanas. Without a doubt, in my opinion, the most dominant deck profile of the first half of the year. Sylvanas just were wrecking most of the deck profiles they came against, especially with cards like the card you can see. I can't pronounce his name. Sage Quid All. I don't know. And of course with the spell card Sylvan Charity. Sylvanas basically introduced a new format called Excavation, and Sylvanas were just running riot on just about every deck profile they faced in the meta the first half of this year. Number 2. Infernities. Some people may be surprised to find this so far up the list, but I had it at number 2 for a very special reason. It pretty much was the main deck used and was featured at the World Championships this year. In fact, it came not only third, but actually won the damn thing. So, even though Infernities might not have been the standout deck profile, if you win the World Championship and also get third in the same year, then you must be doing something right, and you must have a strong archetype. Yeah, so Infernities are quite good. Were quite good this year at the World Championships, and that's why they've made it to number 2 on this list. Number 1. Shadows. Now in the TCG we haven't had Shadows for long, but in the OCG this has been arguably the most dominant deck of the year. Shadows just kept pretty much destroying all the deck profiles they came against. And on Dev Pro as well, Shadows were a very strong force in the TCG. And now they're getting even more support, Shadows looks like it's the strongest deck profile of this year. And also it looks like it's going to be one of the strongest also going into next year, along with deck profiles such as Burning Abyss and Cleaforts. So yeah, it's also nice to see a fusion archetype top of this list. Of course, for me being a person that likes fusions, it's a bit nice to see Shadow actually number 1 this year. So anyway, there was my top 10 archetype list for the year. A few people may have been surprised with a few choices, especially maybe seeing Mermills or Infernities on the list. But, like I said, Mermills, they still had a fairly decent year, and of course Infernities came third and first at the World Championships this year. So, a pretty good performance from them. So anyway, there was my top 10 archetypes 2014. I hope you've enjoyed. If you want to see more content, then please subscribe to my channel. It would really help me out. I hope you've enjoyed, and this is Mr. King Liam saying goodbye, YouTube.